Hey Scorpio, welcome to your reading. Before we begin, just a explanation like I always do of the way that I read. I read energy, not gender. That means anyone can show up as a king, queen, prince, princess, knight, page, emperor, empress. It's more about if you're in your masculine or feminine energy. We all have both. Masculine energy takes action. Feminine energy nurtures. It just depends on what energy you're in as it pertains to this particular situation for the reading. I'll read this as a love story. That doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be about a love story. This can pertain to friends, family, coworkers, your job, business deals, real estate deals, politics even as of late. So just enjoy it from the perspective that it resonates with you. And if it doesn't resonate with you, please don't try to make it fit. Not every reading is going to be for every person that I'm reading for. What else? Scorpio. Energy is fluid, so just get in where you fit in if it's resonating with you. So if I say Scorpio and you're like, no, that's the other person, just know that that's the perspective that the story is being told to me from. So, all right. With that, let's go ahead and get into your energy. Our story begins with a king and queen. I don't think that this king and queen know each other. Or if they do know each other, they haven't seen each other or been in each other's company for a very long time. They don't seem familiar with each other. So it might be someone they knew a long time ago or someone that they've never met. Regardless of what the situation is, these two are very, very much mirroring one another and the things that are happening in their lives. And they've both been on a sort of journey, like an enlightenment journey, a time where they're starting to be able to put things together and starting to be able to sort of unravel the mystery that is their life and become a little more enlightened, a little more wizened. And it's been a time of great reflection for them. It really has been a journey, just kind of going back and recognizing, the karmic cycles that they've experienced in their life and, connecting all the dots, being able to see, okay, well, I did that because of this and I need to heal that so I don't keep doing that. And if you've been on, the journey, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. But really starting to understand how they've gotten in their own way in a lot of places. And when we realize that we're the ones that get in our own way, it makes it a lot easier to fix because it means that we're not a victim, right? Right. So both this king and queen, not that we ever stop learning, not that we ever, aren't on the journey, but we definitely get, respite. We get a time to rest from all of that, or no one would want to do it. And it seems as though this king and queen are both kind of coming to that stage of this journey where they've been, not that they've been judged by the universe, but sort of feeling that way, like it's been a time of judgment, of looking at all that, being able to just really see the false narratives for what they are and release them and heal and level up, and get to a better place about it. And they just both sort of instinctively know that happier days are coming, that it's just time. I always talk about life and, sort of being like the school year. Like I know when I was growing up, we had 3 months of summer break. And not that you dislike school, but for 9 months you're in school out of the year. And for 3 months, we were free and we got to sleep late and watch cartoons and eat cereal and go swimming and play until, the street lights came on. And it was just wonderful. And 9 months out of the year, we're in school and we're learning. And it's not that school's bad. It's just that who doesn't want to sleep in and go swimming and play with your friends all day? But there's benefits to both. And that's just kind of how I think about life, is that the majority of the time we're learning. We're having, what the world might call trials. I just call them lessons. But sometimes we just get that special time where we get to be on summer break. And it looks like summer break is coming up for these two. But we'll see when we get into the tarot. So one of the things that I am wanting to do going forward in my readings is to really talk about these experiences that we talk about as I read for you, what is the purpose of them? And what is the lesson that the universe, God, whoever it is that you talk to when you pray, what did they want you to learn? Or what was one of the lessons that's tied to this experience? And for you, I got loneliness and balance. So we're going to look at them together and we're going to look at them separately. But loneliness, or that feeling of loneliness, a lot of times can create in us codependent behaviors. And they're rampant. Codependency is just anything that we think that we have to be happy. And that can be anything from a person to drugs to sex, food, pornography, shopping, whatever it is. But we really need to learn that we're never really alone. And that happiness is always within ourselves, right? Right. And then also balance. You know, as we learn those lessons and we begin to apply them in our lives, it really starts to bring a lot more balance into our lives, and we can see the blessing of that. So I think a lot of what's gone on for these two in their situations is that there hasn't been a lot of balance in their life. You know, there might have been codependent behaviors. There might have been relationships that, you know, weren't fair, weren't balanced, that they've dealt with. And they're starting to recognize that, you know, there's no... To me, the martyr is no better than the victim. It's just not. God didn't create me to be a martyr, and He didn't create you to be a martyr. He created us all to be happy. He created us all to be responsible for ourselves and to forever be leveling up. So I think that's what these two are learning, is just a lot of self-love and a lot of doing that, you know, entertaining codependent behaviors, entertaining codependent relationships, things like that, don't benefit anyone, not them, not the other person, no one. And they're getting it. So for some of you, I don't think this is for everyone, but for some of you, you're also dealing with family issues right now. And decisions about a child might be a part of this situation for some of you. But let's get into the tarot and find out more about what's going on. So I've been shuffling this whole time as I've been talking, and I've already got some of the cards out. So, which is great. That means that we'll have time to clarify on some of them. So the first question that I ask is, what is your mood? What is Scorpio's mood right now? And what we got was the Nine of Wands, which is Sagittarius energy in reverse. And this is you know, when we have Nine of Wands upright, this is someone that's just feeling like, oh crap, I can't believe how hard this is. You know, I'm still here, I'm still in it, I'm still trying, but, you know, I'm tired, I'm hurting, you know, all those kinds of, but they're still here, they're still learning. But when it's in reverse, we're coming out of that energy, like starting to like feel better, like I got it, I can do this, like I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, it's happening for me. And then for the situation, we have the Ace of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. The Ace of Wands is a brand new, passionate beginning. And we talked about that with the energy up here for you, Scorpio, where we talked about like, you're ready for this new phase, like you're ready for some break, that you're ready to work on that. It's also learning new patterns, new behaviors. If you see in the Eight of Pentacles, he's working on something, he's working on perfecting something. And that this is working on creating patterns that you're passionate about, patterns that are going to serve you well, serve you better than these ones in the past have. The obstacle that we have is the Devil. Oh, let me go back here real quick. Our Ace of Wands, in case you're interested in the energies, are fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And then we have Virgo with the Eight of Pentacles. Then for the obstacle, we have the Devil and the Five of Wands. This is Capricorn energy and Leo energy. The Devil is toxicity, codependency, things that just aren't good for us, things that we're addicted to, things that we can't get away from, and it's conflict. And for a lot of people, especially if you grew up in a chaotic sort of environment, and that doesn't necessarily always mean, that there was, tons of fighting. Chaos can come in all sorts of flavors, but just an environment that was lacking stability. Because the obstacle here, this is not stable. This is not stable. And this is you being addicted to conflict. However that comes. This is Scorpio, like, no, I don't know if it was you that had something similar to this last round of readings. Somebody else had this too. I don't know if it was you. But this is being addicted to conflict. So let's ask more about this. What conflict is Scorpio entrenched in, unwilling to release? And, it really is just whatever we're familiar with, that's what we want, right? Like, we like to go to the same restaurants all the time because we know what it is. We know what our favorite thing is, so we go there. We like our favorite jeans. We like our favorite whatever. We're creatures of habit by nature. So, but we have to realize that some of our habits suck and we need to change them. So what was this conflict that Scorpio, well, the Emperor and the Empress, and we have the Emperor in reverse. So the Empress is Taurus, Libra energy, and the Emperor is Aries, Taurus, Scorpio energy. The Empress is the mother. She is someone who's been through all the lessons of the queens. All the queens have lessons. The Queen of Wands, Swords, Pentacles, Cups, and she's experienced all of those, and she's become wizened. She understands how to manifest. When she's upright, she's very attractive. She attracts to her what it is that she wants to bring into her life, and she does it rather effortlessly. And she's not only able to do that, but she's able to nurture others. She's able to help others. She's able to give because she takes care of herself too. The Emperor, here we have him in reverse. When he's upright, Emperor's the daddy, got mama. So of course this is the daddy. And when he's upright, he's very capable. He's, the partner to the Empress, obviously. But when he's upright, when he's in reverse, this is a very proud, unteachable, stubborn, sometimes manipulative, and he can be very lustful, he can be very not wanting to see things the way that a good leader would, the way that an emperor would. An emperor isn't just responsible for a kingdom, he's responsible for all the kingdoms. And an emperor in reverse is very selfish because they're focused on themselves and not all the good that they can do. An emperor and an empress together, it doesn't get any better. So let's find out more about this Emperor and Empress in reverse. Excuse me, the Empress with the Emperor in reverse. Clarify for me, please, on the Empress and the Emperor in reverse, please. Tell me more about this conflict that Scorpio does not want to release that involves the Empress, the Emperor in reverse. This could also reflect back on childhood trauma, since the Emperor and the Empress are the mother and the father. With it being, it's the Emperor, so naturally you want to think it's the father, but it's whoever was the more masculine energy between your parents, that person wasn't their very best self. We'll say that. Wasn't their very best self. And it looks like whoever was in the more feminine energy tried, but there's only so much an Empress can do with an Emperor in reverse. So it can also represent a relationship for you. Whoever the masculine is in this relationship, just very stuck in what's familiar, even though it's not good for them. You know, if it's an old relationship, if it's a bad relationship, if it's the tower just wanted to peek out. Didn't fall, so I'm not taking it, but I'm letting you know it just peeked. I don't think that this masculine energy, be it man or woman, knows how to enjoy stability. Tell me more about the Devil and the Five of Wands with the Empress and the Emperor in reverse, please. So yeah, for some of you it's parents, for some of you it's a relationship where this dynamic is taking place, and for some of you it's both. The Three of Pentacles and the Hierophant upright. This Emperor and Empress, despite him being in reverse, they want to commit to each other and create together. They want to be together. Let's ask what has this Emperor in reverse. What has this Emperor in reverse, please? What specifically, what situation currently, specifically, has this Emperor in reverse? And while this is Aries, Taurus, Scorpio energy, Capricorn for me too, really, it can be anyone that's, you know, just kind of has that Emperor energy. And don't forget too that, you know, as you look at your birth chart, you never know where you're going to find those energies. You know, they can be your moon sign, your Mercury, your Venus, your Mars, your rising sign. So you might have that Emperor energy in your birth chart and you're not aware of it. But Scorpio, so if you're watching this, you probably know you're Scorpio. Tell me the situation that has this Emperor in reverse right now, please. What is the current reason why this Emperor is in reverse? Sad about something, missing something. Reflection, he's missing something. Sad about something he lost. Blocked, something he's blocked from. Could also be a Cancer or a Libra. Might be something that he blocked or someone that blocked him. Something or someone. Tell me more about what has this Emperor in reverse right now, please. Sad that he didn't see something. Sad about a lack of clarity. Sad that he couldn't see what was best for him. So we have Four Cups, Two of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune. This Emperor is sad that he couldn't see what was best for him. Cards because I want to put them in this deck and use it to clarify where we at. 19 minutes, all right. What was the Wheel of Fortune that this Emperor couldn't see? an expectation of marriage. And then courtship on the bottom. Someone who is a gift. Let's see if we can find out who she is. So he might have chosen the wrong woman or not acted on something with a woman. Tell me about this expectation of courtship and marriage that this Emperor in reverse is sad about, that he's missing, that he's sad he couldn't see. Ten of Pentacles. It's legacy, family. It's kind of having it all. I like Ten of Pentacles better than Ten of Cups because Ten of Cups is just like the ooey gooey yummy love. But Ten of Pentacles to me is all of that plus it's stability. It's, you know, grandma, grandpa, it's kids, grandkids, it's financial stability, it's emotional stability, it's all the things. So whoever this feminine is that he feels like he's missed out on, he feels like she would have brought that to his life. Seven of Swords. He stole it from himself. Tell me more about who this is. The Emperor in reverse feels like he missed an opportunity with. Strength. Leo. So there's a Leo here that he feels like he missed out on. So let's ask, what you gonna do about it, Scorpio? What you gonna do? I don't know. Let's find out what the energy for you to embrace to overcome this obstacle is. You know, let's use a different deck so we have all cards. Hold on, let me get some of these mixed up so we can shuffle. What is the energy for Scorpio to embrace to overcome this obstacle? There's a lot of fixed energy here also. So there might be a certain level of stubbornness that this Emperor needs to let go of. What is the energy for Scorpio to embrace to overcome this obstacle, please? Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is earth energy. It's it's Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, but he studies, he moves, he gathers information, he studies, he knows what he wants, he's focused. See how focused he is on this pentacle, being very focused. The energy to embrace, to overcome this obstacle, please. Knowing what you want and focusing on it. This Emperor might have had other options, other people that were distracting him. So, focusing on what you want, but then we have the Eight of Cups, Scorpio energy. Well, Pisces too. Eight of Cups is walking away from a situation where you still have emotion because it's not good for you, and going towards the Ten of Cups. So this is him focused on leaving a situation that's difficult for him to leave behind, but he knows that there's nothing good for him in this situation. And when he leaves, when you go here, they go into the mountains. You know, when you have the Eight of Cups, you're going into this place where you're really going to think about what you want. You're going to really think about, you know, what it is that you want so that you can get to the Nine of Cups, which takes you to the 10. So let's find out more about the, as I laid it down, the Ace of Swords turned itself other, which is just a confirmation to me, like, yep. So realizing this Emperor needs to realize that he's going to have to leave behind a situation that won't be easy for him to leave behind and focus on what it is that he wants. Do you have anything else for me? Anything else about overcoming this obstacle, please? Ace of Wands again. That's 2 Ace of Wands, Scorpio. I think you're kind of hot for whoever it is that you're headed towards. Ace of Wands, you can see it sort of looks like a phallic symbol. So it's a passionate new beginning. So it's being focused on what you want, being willing to leave behind something that's hard for you to leave behind so that you can go towards this passionate new beginning. Anything else? For Scorpio, as far as the energy to embrace to overcome this obstacle. And be victorious with Leo. Leo energy. 6 of Wands is victory. Leo. Oh, and look what's at the bottom of the deck. Wheel of Fortune. To move forward, take this action. Move forward towards what it is that you want. This Leo can be, you know, it can be a feminine that just is very strong, someone that shows a lot of strength, or it can be an actual Leo. It can be their sun, moon. Rising is usually the strongest placement. But let's ask and see what happens for you when you do this. When you make the decision to focus on what it is that you want, leave behind whatever needs to be left behind, move towards this passionate, new, victorious beginning. What happens when you do that? Answers and beauty. This is a new deck for me. So let me see. I'm gonna read really quick and we'll see exactly if this one's new. So for answers, it's about trusting your gut feeling. And remember, we talked about that, that knowing that you already had, that you don't need to seek approval for anyone else, that you know what you want, to stop worrying about what other people think. And then beauty, oh, they're right next to each other too, is being aware of the blessing that's around you already. And self-love. That as you've gone through this process of healing and really started to, that's what it is, Scorpio, is that as you love yourself, as you learn the self-love that we talked about earlier in the reading, that everything falls into place for you. Yay, I love it. So if this reading resonated for you and you'd like to schedule a personal reading with me, there's a link in the description box below on YouTube where you can go and schedule that reading at thislittlelighealing.com. I appreciate it. If you'd like, share and subscribe this video. That helps me a lot as I grow my channel. Thank you so much, Scorpio. Bye-bye.